exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the New England Patriots rebuild here on Madden 22. We are getting so deep into this little rebuild series as we edge closer and closer to the October scouting update. And let me tell you, when the scouting update comes, we will end the series here. This is just meant to be a little bit of a filler series on the channel as we get closer and closer to the October scouting update. So we are in season number 7, headed into season number 8, I'm pretty sure, as we won the Super Bowl last year, right? I'm pretty sure. It's been a minute since I recorded an episode. I'm pretty sure we won the Super Bowl last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, big dubs. big dubs. That's number 2 if it happened. I'm pretty sure it did. Number 2 in the series. And Mac Jones looks pretty good. Trey Sermon looks pretty good. I'm excited to see what we do in this offseason and headed into this next season. If you guys are excited, make sure to smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and let's keep going with this Patriots rebuild. Let's see if we can get another ring on our fingers. So we are right where we left off at the end of the last episode. Retirements, player negotiations. Let's check out retirements first. We have any important ones? Amari Cooper, Trent Brown, Dalvin Cook, Darren Waller, Shaq Mason, who was on our team, we let him go. Eddie Jackson, Chris Jones, Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, another big class. If I remember correctly, last year was a big class too of retirements. Teddy Bridgewater, Odell Beckham Jr. did not end up on a team at the last bit of his career. Robert Tonyan's gone as well. Landon Collins, Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, CJ Mosley. A lot of big names. David Andrews, we obviously knew because he won us. He told us that he was retiring at the end of the year, no matter what happened, but we won him a Super Bowl. So he's gone. Player negotiations, we have Hunter Henry, we have the kicker and the punter, Warren Rainey. That's right, I wanted to bring these guys back. Okay, so Warren Rainey's got to come back, and if we bring him back, we have to tag Josh Uche. So let's do that. We are going to sign Rainey to a little bit more of an expensive deal, not too much more expensive, 20 more million or 25 million, so we don't have enough money to spend on that. What about if I drop it down to that? Is that enough? Okay, so he does accept it, so we're gonna have to lowball Josh Uche so that he accepts the tag. I can't even offer him a contract. You gotta let me offer him a contract, right? Come on. Let me offer Josh Uche a contract because I just need to tag him. I just need to tag good old Josh Uche. $550,000. We can't go any lower than that. So I don't know if we're going to be able to bring him back or not. That kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Especially with the fact that we paid who we paid. Maybe we trade somebody? I have been looking to trade some people. I don't know who we trade, though. We have 2 first-round picks. We have the 17th pick and the 32nd pick. Mac Jones is our guy. We've got Bryce Whitfield as our backup right now. Trey Sermon and McLaughlin are our 2 running backs. I like Matthew Austin as well. So we're good at running back. Wide receiver, I could do with another wide receiver. We just got McKinley Smith and Henry Ruggs at the moment. Maybe we draft another wide receiver. Noah Fant, Hunter Henry. Maybe we trade. I think we try and trade Hunter Henry and clear up some of that cap. So there are some green interest teams. What can we get for Hunter Henry? You think we can get a first-round pick for him? I wouldn't think we could, but you never really know. The Broncos are interested. The Cardinals, the Chargers. We could send him back to LA where he left. Did I say Carlos Hyde? Oh, Carl Hyde. They have pick 3. Are they willing to trade for pick 3? I don't think this is going to work, but okay, no. I tried it. It's not gonna work. I don't want to waste my time. The Eagles are also interested in Hunter Henry. They have pick 16. I don't really want to get that pick if I can help it. The Raiders, they have pick 2. Are they willing to take on Hunter Henry? I have a feeling we're only gonna get. Oh, they have Sam Darnold too. I have a feeling we're only gonna get like a top 10, or we're only get like a top 15 pick. Pick 9 from the Saints is not very much doable. What was that one team? It was the No, not the Chargers. It was the. Who was it? It was the Eagles. They had like pick 16 or something, right? They have pick 16. Is it doable for them? Hunter Henry's probably not going to bring us in a first round pick, but maybe a second and a fourth? Ooh, very, very close. Very, very, very close. But I probably would rather do a third. So, don't the Saints have the second pick? They have pick 9. Who had the second pick? The Raiders do. So, if I could do a second and a third for Hunter Henry and give you back like a late third, switch up the thirds, trade declined, give you a fourth as well. I'd be willing to give you a fourth too. Trade declined. I'll raise you the third. I'll give you a high third, like an 87. How's that? Does that do much for you? Almost. What about picks next year? I have a second round pick next year I can give you. Trade offer accepted. So Hunter Henry is headed to the Las Vegas Raiders for a second and a third. We free up a little bit more cap space. That should allow me to sign, hopefully sign Josh Uche to the tag. Can I tag Mr. Uche? I don't think it's going to let me. I don't think it's going to let me because Hunter Henry must have had some sort of cap hit against him. So we'll let Josh Uche walk in free agency. It sucks, but we don't have enough money to do anything about it. So we have to let him walk. We'll see what happens. I probably won't be able to even sign him. College players. Is there anybody here? I mean, we have a lot of draft picks. We have the 17th pick, and we have the 32nd pick. So let me take a look at our draft board. Who did I have on the draft board? So I had Carrick Bibbs, who is an early first-round talent in the second round. Interesting. Oscar Ruggs looks really solid. James Jackson also looks really solid. Wow, okay, so we got some good guys. Alex Wakefield, 6'3", 210. Looks good. And then 2 centers in the second round. Okay. I'm very interested right now in those guys. Who else are we looking at? We don't need a quarterback. Running back would be interesting to snag. I'll put on all the early first round talent guys on the board just so that we know that they're still here so we can keep track of them. Wide receivers. I need to check this guy first. Mid-first rounder. Although he looks pretty decent. So he ran 4.2. Oh, this boy is quick. That boy is quick. We'll definitely keep him on the board. Tight ends. There is this guy, James Barnett, late first-round talent. We'll keep on the board. Michael Elston is a mid-second-round talent that we'll add to the list. Evan Bishop. We got 2 centers already. What about this Norman Carey guy? Late first rounder. We'll put him on the board just in case. Right guards are kind of ugly. Juan Carroll doesn't look that great. We've got Brandon Craig, mid first rounder. We'll spend some points here. Try and get another pass rusher because Josh Uche's gone. What about Clifton, Stephen Pemberton? Donald Burke's bad too. Okay. Bernard Baker's probably going to be a first-round pick. Who's down here? Nobody really down there. Michael Garrison looks pretty decent. We'll put him on the board. Christian Harris, we'll have him on the board too. Eddie Good, definitely on the board. He's probably going to be gone, though. Then we got these corners. So we got an early first rounder for Darrell Tatum, a late first rounder for Deshaun Reeves, but he has a good combine. late first round, late first round. Alan Fitzgerald is mid first round. Interesting. And then safeties, Dexter Flynn is a late first rounder, but we'll put him on the board too. So there's some decent players in this draft class this year. Hold on, I need to get rid of that stupid hold to reorder thing. I hate that thing so much. All right, get rid of that and keep going into free agency where we have no money. And TJ Watt's here. Definitely would like to have TJ Watt on the squad, but we have 0 money. Quarterbacks are nothing. Running backs are DeAndre Swift really is the only one. Wide receivers, I'd like to have a new wide receiver, but maybe we draft one. There's not really anybody here. Not really anybody in free agency that we need. Plus, even if there was, we don't have any money. So we just keep on moving along. We just keep on moving along. We got more scouting points to work with here. Should I scout more tight ends? No, we got enough tight ends scouted. I should probably scout some more offensive linemen. Or maybe not. Maybe not scout any more of those offensive linemen at least. Oh, these offensive linemen are garbage. The center class is really good. But other than that, I mean, this is just tragic. Tragic to look at. There's nobody there in the offensive line. The guys that we have on our draft board are probably the only ones that we're going to get. We have a lot of picks to be able to move up and down if we want to. The thing is, I don't know if I want to. This is our last chance, I think, to scout, so we better get guys that we really want to scout. Nobody there. Nothing at safety. Ooh, this guy, Leon Hood, is a mid-first rounder. I'll add him to the list. Who knows if we take him. It's a pretty solid corner class. I'll give him that. Right outside linebacker, J.J. Reiner, we'll put on there. Yeah, we don't have enough points to get James. Linebacker class, not that great. Didn't really scout a lot of D tackles, but don't need D tackles really that much. I'm excited about this draft. I'm excited to see who's there when we pick because we have a lot of options at the draft. It's just a matter of who we take when we get up there. Or we could possibly trade up in the draft. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Start drafting.
All right, now on the
We'll
clock,
obviously pause. The Rams had the first pick. So if we take a look at this, I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Ballard goes off the board first. He looks pretty decent. He's pretty slow, but he looks pretty decent. So out of all the guys in the first round that we could possibly take, there's a lot of them here available. A lot of guys available in the first round. I'm guessing we should probably take a corner. Although this guy looks really good. Kendrick Bibbs, he's probably gone, or Carrick Bibbs, he's probably going to be gone though. Corner. All of these guys are first round talents. Deshaun Reeves is a late first rounder. Oscar Ruggs. James Jackson, who's 6'1". 6'2" is Daryl Tatum. Out of all of them, I like James Jackson the best. So if he's there, we probably take him, but who knows? Who knows? Let's see who goes number 1 on the board. Skip ahead, next pick. Caleb Ballard goes to the Rams. I figured that would happen.
And the Chargers
James Jackson goes number 2, so I liked him for a reason. He goes number 2 to the Raiders. And then Oscar Ruggs goes number 3, so the cornerbacks are getting taken. And Alex Wakefield goes number 4.
On the clock
All
now,
the guys that I liked are off the board already.
Okay, next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock.
Bad offensive linemen.
The Jets now on the
bad
clock.
Quarterback goes, Paul Douglas.
All right, next up, the Colts
Cameron
are on the
Good.
clock.
Daryl Tatum, another good corner,
The
goes off
Bengals
the
now on
board.
the clock. Let's see what
We
they
better
do.
not need corner.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
We better not need corner, or I'm going to be upset because all the good corners just got off the board. So if we go to defense, we have Surtain, J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel, and Jabril Peppers. So we don't really need a corner. It would have been nice to have one. We more than likely need to get a pass rusher to go alongside Douglas, Barmore, Baker, and then fill in for Burnett. So although Curry looks pretty good too. I forgot about Curry, but he's a linebacker, I'm pretty sure. Although he looks pretty decent. He's an 81 at a... Actually, well, he's not an 81 because of the morale boost. But he looks pretty decent at pass rusher. Maybe we don't need one. Offensive line looks good. We could do with another right guard to either contest Contreras or I don't know, but we definitely need wide receiver. So wide receiver or pass rusher is really the option here. And I didn't see Carrick, what was his name? Carrick something go off the board. Carrick, what was his name? Carrick Bibbs, that's right. I forgot his name for a second. I didn't see him go off the board. He's still there. Michael Garrison. Sheesh, he has a good combine. Christian Harris, late first rounder as well. Eric Good looks amazing. He looks good. Or Eddie Good, excuse me. He looks good. Deshaun Reeves. So I think what we do is we have 17 and 32 and then 2 in the second round. So we can really triple up here on the picks. I'm going to take these 2 guys. It's just a matter of when. I probably take Deshaun Reeves if he's still available. And I think we take Carrick Bibbs. He looks really good. He's a speed rusher. We can put him on that right side. Let's do it.
Next up,
He's a 77 with hidden. He is 8th ranked in true value. Star better development. Unbelievable. The ratings are decent. 91 acceleration, 86 speed, 76 finesse moves. He's going to be a stud for us. He is going to be a stud. Now, I'm hoping that those other guys are still available. We will watch it. Michael Garrison goes off. He was a 75.
All right,
it's
the Panthers now on the clock.
There goes Deshaun Reeves. So he is a 75 corner.
Okay,
now
the
we wait and
Steelers on the
see
clock
if
now.
that other guy goes off the board. It's Eddie
the
Good,
Cowboys
I think
now
is
on
his
the
name.
clock.
He's a middle linebacker.
The Cardinals
and
on
there
the
he
clock
goes. He
now.
was a
What direction will
79.
they
Dude,
go?
I knew that dude was good. I knew
The
that
Jaguars
dude
are
was
now
going to be
on
a
the clock.
stud. 79.
All
We
right,
would have
the
had a
Broncos
huge
are now on the
84
clock.
running back. John Witherspoon. The Browns just got a stud.
Okay,
Wow.
Next up, it's the Packers on the clock.
We're missing out on some players
it's the
now.
Patriots on the clock
We didn't
now.
really need a running back, but they just got an 84. Unbelievable. Now we got to make our selection in the final round here. What do we do? Do we take one of the centers? We probably take one of the centers, is what I'm thinking. He's a late second round talent. He's a mid first rounder. He's a mid first rounder. Norman Carey is a late first rounder. Deacon Hardwick is a first rounder, early first. Doug Brown's mid first. Daniel Pugh's mid first, and Nick Butler is early first. So let's take Nick Butler. I would guess, right? I like Nick Butler.
On the clock
him.
now, it's the
He's
Rams,
77
and
with
time is
hidden. So
ticking.
we have the 7th and 8th best players in the draft. He's got hidden development as well. 89 strength, 85 run block. This guy looks more like a guard to me. Maybe we move him over to right guard, because we do need a better right guard than Contreras. So he could definitely be a stud for us. And now we have
On the clock now,
the next pick.
it's
So
the Patriots.
Pritchett is 75. Man, I can't believe that we missed out on both those guys. 70. I knew that Eddie Good was going to be amazing, and he was a 70. I probably should have traded up to get him because I knew he was going to be a stud. But that's my mistake. That is my mistake. Brandon Averill is a mid first. I don't think we have any more early first rounders, at least drafted on the board, or at least on the board, except for Deacon. I think is Deacon Hardwick is a early first rounder, but I don't know if we don't need another running back. I mean, we have McLaughlin, we have Matthew Austin, and we have Trey Sermon, so I don't think we need necessarily a running back. What about Alan Fitzgerald? He's a mid first rounder. I don't know what to do here. Maybe we take Michael Elston. He's a mid-second rounder. Dexter Flynn is an early second round. Dexter Flynn looks really good. I'm kind of leaning towards him, to be honest. And J.J. Reinhardt is a late second rounder. I'm kind of leaning towards Dexter Flynn. Let's take
now on the
Dexter.
clock, the
He's
Chargers.
74 with hidden. We reached a little bit. I'm fine with it. He's 74 with hidden. He can definitely be a backup safety, maybe even a corner if we need him to. Although his man coverage is not that great, so probably not a corner. He looks pretty good, though. He looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. We're probably going to trade a lot of these picks. So let's advance to the next user
The
pick.
Patriots
We
are
have our
now on the
next
clock.
one. let's see, what do we have here? Who's left on the board? Is anybody left on the board? Not a lot of players left on the board. So we have Brandon Averill, Norman Carey, and James Barnett. So Norman Carey is a late first-round talent. Let's grab him.
And the Rams
Let's
now
grab
on the
him
clock.
first. He's
Who do they
74
have
with
their eye
hidden,
on?
so another good offensive lineman to add to the list. He doesn't really do anything special, but he's solid everywhere. He is solid everywhere. You'll take that for sure. Skip to the next pick.
All right, next up, the Patriots are on the clock.
I may want to trade this pick away, actually. Review all the offers. Is anybody giving me decent stuff for it? They're giving me second rounders. Vegas is giving me a second rounder. Jets are giving me a second rounder. What do I want to do here? I want to max out the value. I do like this one from the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks.
Well, I guess they won't be
We'll get a
turning
second
card
rounder
here.
next year
They
that
have
we
traded
traded.
the
I think we
pick
traded away for the Hunter Henry trade, so that works out. We get it back.
The Patriots
and
on the
is
clock
there
right
anybody
now.
here?
Let's see
I'm
who they have
guessing
their eye on.
that the linebacker's gone, or the lineman's gone. No, he's not gone. Okay. Well, we'll take him, and then we'll take the tight end.
Okay, here we
He
go.
is 76
Washington
with
now on the
normal.
clock.
He was ranked 16th in true value. He's got good agility, good strength. He can develop. He does have normal development, though, which kind of sucks. But he could turn into something. Who knows? Skip to the next pick.
Okay, it's the Patriots
skip
on the
next
clock
leader pick,
now.
excuse me.
On the clock
And
now,
we'll take
it's
that
the Patriots.
tight end, and then we'll probably just get out of here. Oh, he's gone. The tight end got drafted. Okay. Well, it's a good thing we didn't need him. Although this Josh Sherman guy, I mean, sure. We'll take
Rams
Josh
on
Sherman.
the clock
And he
now.
turns out to be 73 with hidden. Look at that. Josh Sherman out of Michigan State doesn't block well, but is a nice catching tight end that can be a third string. Plus, he's got hidden development. So, Galaxy Brain, boys. Galaxy Brain.
The
Big
Patriots
time,
are now on the
big time
clock.
plays. And now we can just snag some draft picks from the Bears.
Wait a minute
we'll
here.
take their
Yep,
picks.
They just traded the pick
I probably won't be
away.
able to take a lot of picks because I already have a ton of picks. So
All right,
let's
next
trade
up,
this
the
pick
Patriots
away,
are on the clock.
and we'll get the Bills fourth
Okay,
rounder.
here we go
Thank
now.
you
It
very
appears we've
much.
got a trade.
Then we'll trade the next pick away. You probably don't have to
The
see all this
Patriots
'cause I'm
on
just
the
gonna
clock
trade it.
right
So I'll
now.
cut
Let's see
to
who they have their eye
when
on.
we are at draft recap. We make it to draft recap, and I think we had a very solid draft. We drafted 2 positions of need with the pass rushers. We drafted some centers that we could obviously turn into guards, especially this Nick Butler guy. Probably going to be a right guard for us in the future. We drafted 2 tight ends. Did I draft 2 tight ends? Did I just make... Hold on. Well, whatever. I completely forgot that we drafted James Barnett. You probably were laughing at me when I did that. I'm sorry about that. I forgot completely. But I'm really excited about this guy, Carrick Bibbs. Definitely going to be starting for us on that right side. He looks really solid. But I do want to check quickly the total rankings here. Who was the best? Obviously, it was that 84 overall John Witherspoon. This dude is insane. He only has normal development? Why do we know that already? I don't know why we know that. But he's 95 speed. This dude only has normal development. Unbelievable. Then James Jackson, who I also wanted. Oscar Ruggs, who I wanted. Eddie Good, man. I should have traded for this dude. He only has normal too. Why can I see these? This guy's got hidden. James Jackson had hidden. But Eddie Good only had normal, which makes it easier for me to let him go. 93 speed, though. This dude could turn into a stud. I really wanted him. And then there we are with Nick Butler and Carrick Bibbs. Unbelievable. What a crazy draft class, by the way. And that quarterback wasn't even up there. But now we go to preseason, where we look to defend our Super Bowl trophy. If I remember correctly, last time we won the World Series, last time we won the Super Bowl, we did not even make the playoffs the following season, so not good. We have all of these guys in there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with those guys training. I do want to see how that center does at right guard. So let me go and change him really quickly. Contreras, speaking of right guards, Contreras gets moved up. That's big. I don't know if I want to start him right away, though. Atkinson will just give him more zone. I really like Deontay Atkinson. He's a stud. He is definitely a stud at 25. Then we'll auto-upgrade that dude. And I want to see manage roster, edit rosters. I want to see how good this dude is at right guard. So Devin's going to be starting center. And I think we move this dude to right guard. Honestly, he looks like he could be a good right guard. So we're going to change him and see how he does. Maybe he starts right away. Maybe he doesn't. He is an 81 with the momentum boost, so he's definitely a right guard. He could definitely pass Contreras, that's for sure. If he gets some time to develop, he could be challenging Contreras for that starting right guard spot. I like this offensive line. It's amazing right now. We need to probably get a backup right tackle, but other than that, we're good. We've got some good tight ends. We didn't get a wide receiver, which I'm a little bit concerned about. We could put Sherman there at fullback. Good running back, good quarterback, good wide receivers except for the depth. We don't really have a lot of depth at receiver. Hopefully that doesn't matter too much. The defense is studly, especially with Bibbs now starting. I kind of want to put Curry as the backup almost to see if he gets some playing time there. Other than that, I like it. The corners could use a little bit of work in the future. Maybe we focus on that next year's draft. Also with a backup safety, although I could move Ivory or Flynn to free safety. Who's got the better stats for free safety? Let me take a look at these ratings. Derek Ivory has got decent zone, 83 pursuit, 72 awareness. What about the rookie? Flynn. Dexter Flynn, 75 zone, 63 man. So they're about the same. They're about the same player. So it doesn't really matter too much. But let's move Dexter Flynn to free safety. It doesn't matter which one gets moved over because there are similar ratings. Similar ratings. So we move him to free safety. And he is now... What's he up to? He's now a 75 with the morale boost. He can be back up to Atkinson. And I like this team. I think this team's good enough to win another Super Bowl. So we are going to simulate the preseason. I'm going to get the roster all set, and then I'll see you guys week 1. We've made it to opening day of the NFL season, week number 1. We sit at a 91 offense, 89 defense, 90 overall squad. And this team looks good. I said it before. I'll say it again. This team looks like they can repeat for a Super Bowl. We have Nick Butler starting at right guard now. He's overtaken Contreras, so congrats to him. We've got an amazing offensive line. Running back and wide receivers are looking good. Quarterback's looking good. Tight ends are looking solid. Defensively, Bibbs is up to a 77, 78 with the boost. Douglas is looking good. Curry's even looking good as a backup pass rusher. Who would have thought that? The linebacking core looks good. Safeties look good. Probably need to work on corner in the draft. Corner, linebacker, and wide receiver, and tackle. Corner, wide receiver, linebacker, tackle are probably the 4 positions we need to focus on the most in the draft this year. So I need to remember that. I'm glad I said it on camera so I can remember it. But with all that being said, it's time to simulate. No more wasting time. Let's get to week number 8 and see how this team is in the middle part of the season. We make it to the midway point of the season. The team is 91s across the board, 6-1 on the season. And like I said, this team is raring and ready to go for a repeat Super Bowl run. Let's check out those development traits for some of these players that we drafted. Nick Butler is a superstar. Let's go. Nick Butler. superstar development as a rookie. Unbelievable, bro. That's crazy. Carey, we still don't know what his development trait is, but Nick Butler, that was a demon pick by your boy Juice over here. Mac Jones up to a 91. The offense is looking good. On defense, Dwayne Hurst is up to a superstar X Factor. Unbelievable. Let's go, baby. Let's go. He's got Selfless as his superstar X Factor ability. I don't know if I want that. I probably want Zone Hawk on him. Yeah, let's get Zone Hawk on him, and let's get Lurker. No, not Unfakeable. Secure Tackler. Let's get Secure Tackler, Lurker, and then Zone Hawk is his Superstar X Factor ability. Unbelievable that he went up to a Superstar X Factor. I love to see it. Now, Bibbs has not gone up yet. He still needs some playing time. He looks pretty good, though. I'm excited to see how he does. Nobody else I can't tell has gone up in development. I don't think anybody else has. It's just Dwayne Hurst that has done it. Ivory is. We already knew he was a star. We need Flynn. We need to know what he is development wise. But other than that, we are looking pretty solid at the midway point of the season. Playing Buffalo 3-3. Stats at the midway point: Mac Jones 17 touchdowns, 3 picks, 1,400 yards. Trey Sermon on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Henry Ruggs no touchdowns yet on the year. That's weird. As for the defense, we got Dwayne Hurst with 57 tackles. Sack leader so far is Alonzo Douglas. Interception leader is Dwayne Hurst and J.C. Jackson. So everybody's doing really well. Everybody's playing really well. I'm excited to see if this team can go back-to-back. Not training. I didn't want to do that. I want to go to... No, I don't want to train. Go back. I want to go to players ready to negotiate. I re-signed... there was somebody that I re-signed. I can't remember exactly who it is now at this point. But we have Devonta Smith, who I'm assuming that if I miss on another contract, he's going to test free agency. We could always franchise tag him. But we need to re-sign Christian Barmore. We need to re-sign McLaughlin. We need to re-sign Bobby Muldrow. And probably Casey Baker. And then the rest can probably walk. There's some guys that I'd like to have, like Contreras and J.C. Jackson I'd like to have back. Probably not so much Rivera because we have those other 2 tight ends. So I'd like to get these guys back. I can start negotiations with Christian Barmore. That's probably going to be ideal. We're going to drop that down and raise up his bonus a little bit. Not too much. 31.5. Is that good enough to bring him back? Okay, Christian Barmore's coming back. What about McLaughlin? I want to bring him back, but I don't want to pay too much for him. So if he's willing to accept a $9 million offer, okay, he is. So we got him cheaper than what he was asking for. And then Casey Baker, definitely want to bring this dude back. He's a stud. 25.5 is good enough to bring him back. So Bobby Muldrow, we have enough to get him. It's just a matter of what he's going to want. Is he going to play ball with us? $50 million? He is going to play ball with us. So we might not be able to bring back Devonta Smith, but we can always trade Devonta. I mean, we have some cap space to do it. I just haven't decided whether I want to or not. But other than that, I think it's time to go to the postseason. I'm assuming we're going to be there, but you never really know. Let's see if we can do it. We got to defend that Super Bowl somehow, and first step is getting to the playoffs. Here we are at the postseason, and a 10-7 record is not where I thought we would be at the end of the season, since we started 6-1. But it is what it is, I guess. We still made the playoffs, so that's all that really matters. We have a chance at least to defend our Super Bowl championship. And it's going to be a blizzard in Foxborough as we play the Raiders in the wild card. But taking a look at the lineups before we jump into the game, we are dominating. Butler's playing amazing. Sherman has superstar. What? Josh Sherman has superstar development, boys. This is the dude that I took because I thought that I missed out on the other tight end, and we just got superstar development from him. Unbelievable. This dude is amazing. Barnett, we still don't know what his development is, but Sherman has superstar. I can't believe that, boys. We got so lucky with that. Absolutely so lucky. On defense, Bibbs has superstar as well. What? Was this the best draft I've ever done in my life? I don't think I've ever drafted 3 players with superstar development in the same draft. I'm speechless. What? Bibbs, the center that we turned into right guard, Butler, and now Sherman all have superstar development? Unbelievable. I don't even care at this point what Barnett has or what Carey has or what the safety has, Flynn. I don't even care what they have because we just got 3 players from the same draft that all have superstar development. I am a drafting god, ladies and gentlemen. Just bow down to me now. Kiss my ring, bend the knee, because I am a drafting god. I have galaxy brain and I'm a drafting god. I mean, it is what it is. I drafted 3 superstar development players. Unfreaking believable, boys. Absolutely crazy. Let's check the stats before we jump into this wild card game. How did my boy Mac Jones do? 3,400 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 picks for Mac Jones. Decent year. 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns from the embodiment of Jesus Christ, Trey Sermon. I love my man Trey. 1,000-yard season for Henry Ruggs. He got 7 touchdowns in the second half of the year. Good for him. On the defensive side, 140 tackles from Dwayne Hurst, 100 plus from Asante Samuel, 12 sacks from Alonzo Douglas, and 5 interceptions from Hurst and J.C. Jackson. So a great season from everybody. Lamar Jackson's probably going to take home the MVP. Dan Campbell's probably going to win Coach of the Year. That's weird. Any awards for us? No Rookie of the Year on either side. Okay. Best QB, best running back. No, nothing. We're getting snubbed. We got snubbed in the awards, but that doesn't matter. As long as we come out with a Super Bowl trophy, it doesn't matter about the individual awards. So we got the Raiders in the wild card. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I mean, we pulled 3 superstar development players from the draft. If that doesn't deserve a like and a subscribe, I don't know what does. But it's time to play the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Raiders and the reigning Super Bowl champs, next on Madden Football.
It's a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in stores. We've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. Hello, everyone.
Here we go. It is playing the moment's time here. Hopefully our team can dominate. It's tied 3-3 at the start of this game. I'm only going to jump in on certain occasions. I kind of want to get flying through some of these playoff games. I know it takes a little bit. And the Raiders score a touchdown here. Let's go, defense. We need to get something. Another field goal. It's a field goal game for our offense here. I don't necessarily like that. And with under 2 minutes to go, we should probably get out there and help this offense out. So I am going to send McKinley on a deep route. Hopefully he wins. He does. McKinley gets it swatted away. If I float that, that probably works. If I float that, it probably works, but I didn't. I thought McKinley would win straight up. He did not. I still can't believe that Sherman's a superstar, bro. Unbelievable. We might be feeding Sherman here. Oh, we're feeding him. Sherman, the superstar fullback slash tight end, with an amazing catch at the sideline. And we're in the red zone now, hopefully scoring a touchdown here. Oh, got to call a timeout there. I didn't realize the clock was running. Well, it looks like we're kicking a field goal with nine points. Chase McLaughlin, I'm not kicking it, that's for sure. I'm going to let the Super Sim do that. Custom plays, play the key moments, skip. We make the field goal. It's a 12-10 game. This is an ugly game. That is for sure. Can we put some points on the board? There it is, 19-10, 13. Our defense is holding on. Oh, I think our defense just won us the game. It's not over yet. 4th down. 4th and 1. Is Sam Darnold gonna run this football? Are they gonna give it? They're gonna pass on 4th and 1. It's gonna be caught! Oh, I thought it was gonna be dropped. I tried to play it. 43 seconds now with 1 timeout. The clock drains. It's gonna be a throw. Sam Darnold. It's gonna be knocked incomplete, and the Patriots are moving on. Let's go. Big time W's from the Patriots. Huge. Mac Jones, 24 of 30, 183 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, but didn't need to. It was a field goal game. It was a sloppy game, too. 17-56 for Sermon. 1 touchdown for Matthew Austin. Good for him. Nobody really did much. Noah Fant caught 8 balls. On defense, 7 tackles from our superstar X-Factor linebacker and a sack as well. No turnovers in this game, except unless there was a fumble. I don't know if there's a fumble or not. Sloppy game, 19-13. We get the W anyway. Let's go to the divisional round.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Bengals coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles.
Here we go in the divisional round of the playoffs. It's another cold one. It's not snowing, but it might as well be because it feels like it could be snowing out there in Cincinnati for this playoff game. As the offense 14-3 in the first half. You love to see that. And they put up another touchdown before halftime. It looks like we could be moving on to the AFC Championship game for the third straight year, actually. I think we lost in the AFC Championship game a couple episodes ago before the Super Bowl last episode. So, oh boys, we're getting it. We're getting it. 30-3. We might as well jump in here on 4th and 1. Bring the pinch. They're gonna run with Joe Mixon. We got some big run stuffers, some big beefy boys, some big men slapping meat, and there it is. Weldon cannot get it done. And the Patriots are moving on to the AFC Championship game. You love to see it. Absolutely. Held them to 3 points on the day. A dominant performance from the Patriots. Mac Jones, 18 of 27, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. McLaughlin was the main man today, 16 carries, 65 yards. Henry Ruggs, nobody really caught the ball a lot. 1 touchdown from McKinley and Fant. Defense, Asante Samuel Jr. with 7 tackles. We sacked Joe Burrow 1 time with Bibbs, and we picked off Burrow 1 time with Asante Samuel. So 33-3, absolute domination. We're headed to the AFC Championship.
It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone.
It had to be the Chiefs, didn't it? It had to be the Chiefs, the team that took us out 2 years ago in the AFC Championship game. They're back. They have returned. Patrick Mahomes and Mac Jones becoming one of the most bitter rivalries in all of entertainment sports history. We've got 3rd and 1 at the 37, down by 7, and we're giving it to Jesus Christ himself, Trey Sermon, as he gets the first down, big-time play. This offensive line came to play today. I have a good feeling that this offensive line is going to allow Trey Sermon to run the football, especially with that superstar right guard in Nick Butler. And I tried to squeeze through the hole, and Trey Sermon still somehow finds his way to get about 5 or 6 yards on that. I don't know how he found a way to do it. Mac Jones, play action, gonna roll, find Noah Fant, and I'm gonna throw a pick. That was 100% on me, and I take blame for it. I don't know what I was thinking on that. I clearly saw the dude. It wasn't like I didn't see him. I just thought that I could throw it better, and I could not. And we're gonna let the CPU do this. And they're gonna kick the field goal. Okay, so the defense is doing its job against Patrick Mahomes. You love to see it. And we take another field goal. Okay, red zone opportunity. This time we're not going to have field goals here. We're at the 2-yard line. We need touchdowns big time. We're going to go for Rivera here if we can. Rivera get open. He is going to get open. That's a touchdown. And the Patriots take the first lead of the game. Big time play. Big time play from big time players. This is a very interesting situation as we put another big time touchdown on the board. 3rd down from the 20. 3rd and 1 situation. That's a very favorable defensive package for a run play on 3rd down. Giving this to Matthew Austin. The young man gets the first down, and they have to burn their timeouts. 21-14 in the snow. Can we get it done? I sure hope so. It is 3rd down. They have no more timeouts. 3rd and 6. We got to run this ball. Because even if we don't get the first down here, we still have an opportunity to kick a field goal. It's totally fine because we can run this clock down to a decent margin and kick the field goal and then be good to go. So I don't know what you're talking about because they have no timeouts, down 2 scores. It's basically game over for them. We're going back to the Super Bowl for the 2nd straight year. First time in the series where we will go back-to-back Super Bowl. No, I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we definitely have an opportunity to go back-to-back. And there it is. 18 seconds left on the board as we go up 2 scores on them. That is a dub if I've ever seen one. And we defeat Patrick Mahomes. Oh, we did it. Back-to-back Super Bowl champs, or back-to-back AFC champs, I should say. Mac Jones, 27 of 37, 220 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Trey Sermon had 18 carries. McLaughlin had a touchdown. Devontae Smith, or Noah Fant, excuse me, had 11 catches for 100 yards. And J.C. Jackson, 5 tackles, 6 tackles for Atkinson. A sack for Micah Parsons and Carrick Bibbs. And we picked up Patrick Mahomes twice, Dexter Fairley and Asante Samuel Jr. He has been amazing, Asante Samuel Jr. But it's time for the Super Bowl, boys. Let's see if we can go back-to-back champs.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Falcons, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you...
What a season it's been, and would you look at that? We're playing the Falcons again in the Super Bowl. Everybody knows the last time the Patriots and the Falcons played in the Super Bowl, what happened. I'll just say 28-3, and that'll be it. But the Falcons have another lead against us, 7-0 here. Let's see if Mac Jones can do similar things to what the GOAT Tom Brady did all those years ago. Let's see what we got from Mac attack here. Big catch, McKinley. That should be first down, forward progress right there. They call it 4th and inches. You call that 4th and inches? I was clearly down in front of the line, but whatever. 4th and inches. This is the Super Bowl. We got to go for it here. We're going to go for it. We're going to find Noah Fant. He's going to have some open space. He's going to get up to the 40 or the 21, excuse me. And that's going to be big time plays from a big time tight end. And now we got Devin McLaughlin in the backfield. He's going to get the carry in the Super Bowl, and he's going to get about a yard. That was not really that good. But it's okay because we have Mac Jones ready to go. Henry Ruggs, slant route. I'm looking at Noah Fant here, or Ruggs. Either one's open. It's going to have to be Fant, and I got sacked. Michaels with the sack. Great coverage on the defense there. Fantastic coverage, and I'm going to let the Super Sim do that. Kick the field goal. We're not going to test anything crazy here. They make the field goal. Our defense needs to step up, or we're going to be in some trouble here. We got a red zone opportunity with 53 seconds left. McKinley's one-on-one, and I like it. McKinley's a big body. He's not open, though. We're going to have to go Devontae Smith, and we're going to have to run out of bounds, I was hoping, but that's okay because we still have time. We can go with an under option. Mac rolling, Mac running. Out of bounds, get out of bounds at the 2. I didn't like anything that I had there. But this is easily a Noah Fant touchdown here. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Touchdown, Patriots. We're back in the Super Bowl, baby. We are not done just yet. And we got another red zone opportunity. We got to give this ball to the embodiment of Jesus, Trey Sermon here. He deserves it. He's won us a Super Bowl in the past. We got to give him another opportunity to do it, and he takes it to the 6-yard line. They're not giving Trey Sermon a lot of runs. It looks like it's McLaughlin who's getting a lot of the carries here. And quick throw in a tight window. Quick throw in a tight window from Mac Jones. Huge touchdown. Unbelievable. What a throw in such a small window. But the defense is struggling. Defense is definitely struggling here. And they take a big lead. We cannot have them scoring all those points, boys. That was a huge run where the defense just let them score so many touchdowns. 31-17. That guy's not open. I just lost the Super Bowl. I just lost the Super Bowl, boys. I needed to complete that play. I didn't even see that guy there. I thought he was wide open. I honestly thought he was wide open. It's 38-17. This game is all but over. We got to go big time play after big time play. And if we get animations like that, we're never going to win this game. So it looks like without Tom Brady, the Falcons are going to win a Super Bowl against us. That makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me sick to my stomach saying those words. But it looks like it's going to happen. Henry Ruggs is going to be open, kind of. I like the Noah Fant throw. I really like the Noah Fant throw. Up the field. We got to go as quick as possible. There's really not an opportunity for us to win this game. But, I mean, hey, we got to try. What do we go for here? What do we go for here? There's nothing open. There's nothing open. There was nothing. I should have threw it away. I should have thrown it away once I said there was nothing open. Yep, we lost the Super Bowl. We couldn't go back to back. But, I mean, we've got a good future, boys. We've got a good future. Drafting 3. We drafted 3 superstar development players in the same draft. We have promising future. It just sucks that it couldn't happen this year. It probably should have happened this year, but it's not going to happen this year. 8 seconds. We might as well just throw a prayer up. I'll give it to Noah Fant. Let him go up and get it. He does get it. Can't get the first down, though. Or can't get the touchdown, though. How do we have 1 second left? Is it going to just run out on me? Oh, no, they're actually going to let me run one more play. Okay. I'll run one more play. See what happens here. Mac. Tight window. Throw! It's going to be incomplete. The arm strength just wasn't there today. And the Falcons can celebrate. They have defeated us in the Super Bowl. They get their revenge all those years later.
Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions.
That hurts. That hurts.
Getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy.
Mac finally loses a Super Bowl. He was 2-0 in Super Bowls, and now he's 2-1. Oh, we should have won that. We just didn't play very well. Oh, he's got Kyle Pitts has got his phone out. We'll be back next year. We'll be back next year to win back our Super Bowl, what rightfully belongs to us. I can't believe it, man. That sucks. We should have had it. That should be our trophy, but we just did not play very well in this game. Patriots did not play well. 19 of 35, 2 touchdowns and a pick for Mac Jones. We had Devin McLaughlin, 8 carries, 26 yards. See, the problem was we didn't run Trey Sermon very much. Noah Fant, 7 catches, 116 yards and a touchdown. The defense didn't play very well, got thrown all over, it looks like. J.C. Jackson, 9 tackles. We sacked the quarterback 1 time with Barmore, and we picked him off with Warren Rainey 1 time. But that did not seem to matter. Avery McCauley bested Mac Jones and takes the Super Bowl. Oh, that's frustrating. That's not the way to end the season, but we'll be back next year. Season recap is as follows. Lamar Jackson does win the MVP, and we lose in the Super Bowl. Falcons win their first ever championship, and it comes against us. How poetic. How poetic. Over a decade later, when they lost the Super Bowl, here it is. Tom Brady, 2016 NFL season. The Patriots took the W. Over a decade later, the Falcons get their revenge. I don't think anybody on that Patriots team in 2016 is on this team now. I'm pretty sure that's true. But it is what it is. We lose, and we move on to the next offseason. Hopefully, we draft more like we did in the previous draft with 3 superstars development players. But that's going to be the next episode. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. If this video comes out after the October scouting update, then this might be the last video. But if it doesn't, which I may do that on purpose so that it doesn't, so that we can get at least one more, because I don't know when in October. I think it's like mid-October when it's going to come out. So we may only get a couple more episodes out of this series, but it is what it is. I'm enjoying, I'm having fun rebuilding this Patriots team and winning some Super Bowls and seeing all the guys, like the rookies like Mac Jones, develop and stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.